And now, for something I think we all need to hear. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You've got a good palico there, Admiral. Oh, you do. Hello, my fellow hunters, and welcome to the final Iceborne update. The final edition. That's actually final this time, maybe, probably, but, you know, we'll see. But either way, it is the Monster Hunter movie crossover, which is 2 new hunts to do, both single-player cinematic experiences. Kind of like The Witcher, but, nowhere near as good. Though I don't want to be harsh to it, because honestly, it's not bad. I will admit I had fun with it. There is some very nostalgic old Monster Hunter music that plays, and it's really cool having everything voice acted by Mila, and it's a really interesting way that they've gone about doing this, especially when the Admiral gets involved and does loads of Admiral-based stuff. Rathalos. So, what is actually happening? Well, firstly, you have a quest to go hunt a Black Diablos. I won't spoil completely what actually happens in the cinematics, but it's nothing too crazy, though they are very well done, and the highlight for me is actually getting to see the Admiral interact with Meowscular Chef his Palico. That's such a lovely moment, and watching Mila and the Admiral, Artemis and the Admiral try and resolve their communication problem, because he's speaking Monster Hunter language and she doesn't understand. It's set in the past before the film. In this, the events of the film have already happened, and she's confused where she's been sent before they did. So obviously, not having seen the film, that's, well, I'm as confused as she is, but in any case, yeah, it's a neat little, let's be honest, playable teaser trailer to go see the Monster Hunter movie, which it very much wants you to go do. So you get to the desert, have a look around, she comments on literally everything.
These waters don't have any monsters in them. Thank God.
And eventually you end up fighting a Black Diablos. It's quite the easy fight. You kill it, you can choose any weapon that you want, with the caveat that you do have to have a single dual blade on your back, no matter what you pick. And then you move on to the second event quest. The first one is what unlocks the armor for crafting, and then the second one is to face the giant Greater Rathalos. And I will admit, this was fantastic. You're like as big as his toe as you try your best to hit it. Honestly, I should have stuck with dual blades, because I imagine Beyblading down the back of this thing is just incredible. But eventually you start to chip away at him and have a good time. My only real regret here, or at least criticism, is why can't we fight this multiplayer? I have to imagine they are going to add that, surely. It's so ridiculously big. It's so big that it can't do its fireball properly because it clips into the floor and explodes immediately around its face. It is wonderful. And I was sad that it was over so quickly. Really, it only took 7 minutes to kill it, or at least trigger the ending cutscene where she returns to her own world, and it's all done and dusted. So, nothing crazy, but, you know, short and sweet, bit of fun. I will definitely take it. It's a little bit extra, it's hard to complain about it, really. It is essentially just a playable advert for the film, but done with that Monster Hunter mirror shine and polish, and I can get behind that. The armor itself is, look, normally I'd go through piece by piece and give it a little bit of a review, how it might be used, but apart from looking questionable, granted that might be because it's in red, but still, I'm really not a fan of this armor. Its skills are bad, and the thing is, they're not that bad. Like, in a base Iceborne world, it wouldn't be the worst thing, but obviously you're competing with Vitalis and Arch-Tempered Velkhana, and in that instance, well, it is no contest. You might be able to argue that one of these pieces is worth using as the fifth for some earplug build, with the other 4 being Fatalis, because it does have a lot of earplugs going for it, but with earplugs charm going to 5 and double earplug decorations, it's not really necessary. But it is nice to have an extra armor set thrown in here. They could have easily just done the layered and left it at that, so it is a lovely little gesture. The 2 set is No Gigante, hit things and get health. The 4 set is Kirin, more rewards at the end of the hunt, and that is about it. Well, you can also get it in layered form for completing the Greater Rathalos portion of it, and maybe a few pieces of it might work. The legs aren't that bad, if I'm completely honest, but really, that shallot, that's it, all done and dusted. Job is a good un. So yeah, there you have it, a little tiny bit of an update. There's about, I don't know, optimistically an hour's worth of stuff to do here. Single player, a lot of voice acting, a lot of cinematics. It's a fun little experience with a few little rewards like chocolate. And that's something I think we can all get behind. So let me know what you guys think. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you soon. A good boy.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you, even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on, and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.